The busiest place in Tehran each morning is the local newsstand. Aren't you amazed about all of this, all of these newspapers?
That's great. Everybody can get a piece of the action.
Get a piece of the action. What is the action?
The action is just reading and enjoy what's going on in the society.
Right.
And it was not possible before.
It wasn't possible before?
It wasn't possible before.
In fact, that's the point. Ever since I've come here, people keep telling me that they simply cannot believe what they're reading in the newspapers today. There's literally an explosion. Look at all of these papers that have emerged since Khatami's election. And it's a battleground. These here are aligned with the hardline conservatives, and these over here in the front support Khatami's reforms. Democracy in Iran is literally being born in these newspapers. But of course, democracy is coming at a very high price. Journalist Hamid Reza Jalalpour has been arrested, imprisoned, even threatened for criticizing the hardline conservatives, his opponents in the fight for freedom.
1 month ago, they stopped our newspaper. They shot. After that, we opened 2 newspapers. And maybe if they stop our newspaper, again, maybe in near future, they will see 4 newspapers, I think.
Iran's young people have staked out one battleground in the struggle for freedom, and the other one is in the newspapers. As a journalist myself, the same age as Jalalpour, I can't help identifying with him and admiring his courage. They've tried to silence you.
Yeah. Last year, when they closed down our newspaper, they sent us to prison.
Did you have to go to prison?
Yeah, I was in prison. 27 days in single room.
27 days in solitary confinement?
Yeah.
How many times has your newspaper been shut down?
4 times.
They closed down your first newspaper?
Yeah, according to this picture.
Because they thought people were showing dancing?
Yeah.
And they were just exercising?
Yeah, just exercising.
And so they close you down and accuse you of insulting Islam?
Yeah.
But what the clerics really object to, says Jalalpour, is this. For the first time, they're being held accountable, not just before God, but before the Iranian people.
For us, everybody, from top official to down, should respond to the people.
You mean should be accountable?
Should be accountable.
Movahedi Savoji, the Member of Parliament, has been trying to pass a draconian anti-press law. You're closing newspapers, you are sending journalists to jail, and the journalists who are being restricted think that you're just trying to silence them. You're trying to silence the voices of opposition.
I don't think that's the case. I don't think there is a place in the world where freedom means people can say whatever they want, where they can lie or make whatever accusation they choose. For example, in the United States, can someone say or write something against the country's national interest and security?
Yes, they can.
I have a question for Ms. Amanpour. Don't you think it's possible that these are a few disturbed individuals?
I turned to the translator to make sure I was hearing correctly. These are unhappy people?
No, not unhappy. People who look for trouble.
These people are looking for trouble.
They're not quite balanced.
They're not balanced. They're unbalanced and they're looking for trouble.
Right,
the
as journalists, yes.
I think these are very brave journalists, and I think they're battling for freedom, and I think that they're getting closed down because you don't like what they're saying. And so I think it's actually brave every time they start again.
If that's being brave, then we can say that all prisoners are brave, whatever the crime, because they too had the courage to break the law.
When I ask the conservatives why they close down the newspapers, they say that you lie, that you write falsehoods, basically that you're a bunch of criminals. Do you think you're a criminal?
No, I'm educated. Allah.
And the man conservatives accuse of insulting Islam is in fact deeply religious, an observant Muslim and the father of 5. Yet the danger for him is very real. Shortly after I left Tehran, a top editor at his newspaper was arrested and sentenced to 3 years in prison. You keep writing controversial things in your newspaper. You keep talking like this. You've been in jail once. Are you not afraid?
Sometimes, when I was in prison, some pressure group phoned to my family and treat them.
Threatened your family?
Without any name and something like that.
What, threatened to kill them?
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Jalaipour, writers have been killed in the last few years, in the last year or so.
But let me tell you the role of independent press. Just they killed 4 persons, but they couldn't continue because of press.
The press alone stopped the killings?
Yeah. Because of they could mobilize the public opinion.
That's a big victory.
Yeah, very big victory.
How long can you keep playing this cat and mouse game with the conservatives? Politically, the conservatives have the army, have the pressure groups, have all of that. And what do you have?
We have got public opinion, very important things. They have got good political power, but they haven't got social power. And in the end of this century, social power is important.